My name is Nick Huber. I live in Athens, Georgia. And in 2011, while a junior in college in upstate New York, my business partner and I founded Storage Squad, and we do pickup and delivery student storage for college students. So when students go home for the summer, we arrive at their dorms, we pick up all their stuff, take it to a warehouse, and then we redeliver it wherever they move next year. When it comes to sales and marketing, I have three main points that I don't think are talked about enough and were very influential in my journey as an entrepreneur. Number one is when we started out, we didn't have a lot of money, we didn't have a lot of resources, we didn't have a lot of customers, and without venture capital and without a big capital infusion, we were unable to do a lot of the digital marketing, online marketing plans and strategies. So we did some things in person to try to get in front of our customers that didn't necessarily scale up with our business, but were so cost effective and got us started on the right foot with getting a brand recognition, getting customers to kind of know who we were, what we did. And one of those things was when you're operating on a college campus and you're offering services to college students, so many of them, where they live, where they walk to class, where they eat. So it's not impossible to just get out physically and go see your customers and get in front of them. So we snuck in dorms and we slid flyers under the doors. We wrote chalk advertisements exactly where they walked to class. We hung posters up where they ate. We knew where they ate lunch, and those things didn't scale well. And you don't really think about it when you hear about marketing and sales, but it worked incredibly well for us. And I think one mistake that entrepreneurs make way too many times is they just sit back, especially in a digital age that we operate in now. They sit back and think, okay, well, if we put together Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Google ads, an online marketing campaign, digital marketing, that can solve all of our problems. And digital marketing is getting way more expensive, way more competitive, and a lot tougher to get the data that you need when you're a small business and you're pivoting and doing a lot of different things. Far too many people do that, and far too many people don't take a sales approach in a personal, old school, non-scalable way. Not enough people are doing cold calls. Not enough people are going to see their customers. Not enough people are walking in and knocking on the door of their customers to get face-to-face and to talk to them about their problems and what they need. And that is the lost art, and in my opinion, the key that kind of catapulted our business to where it is today, allowed us to grow a business that does so much in so many different states. And that personal sales approach is something that so many entrepreneurs just don't implement. The second most important thing here is that we learned very early that you can talk to customers, you can ask customers, you can survey customers, but until you get a customer to put their money where their mouth is, you're not going to get accurate data. So we did student storage where we'd pick up and store the stuff and then deliver it. And we sent out surveys and we did a lot of this high-level marketing stuff and sales stuff where we would try to figure out what ancillary services these students needed. Did they need international shipping? Did they need packing? Did they need moving services from state to state? And we spent this time and we spent this money going out and talking to customers and gathering this data, asking them, hey, would you pay $100 to get someone to pack up your stuff for you instead of you having to pack it yourself? And 35% of the 300 surveys that we did said, yes, I would pay $100 for somebody to pack up their stuff. And we're like, oh my gosh, this data is telling us incredible things. We can go out now and do these different, implement this different strategy because we're getting such valuable information. This is the new part of our business. Well, we spent time and money trying to offer this service and getting prepared to offer this service, and less than 1% of the customers that actually signed up actually wanted to pay the $100 to get their stuff stored. So the lesson that we learned from that is, yes, it's easy to say something. It's easy to say something on a survey. It's easy to humor us as entrepreneurs and say, oh, I would definitely pay for this. Yeah. But until it comes time to pay for it, you don't know. So if at all possible in your early on in your business journey, you need to find a way to get customers to put their money where their mouth is, to go get them to actually buy something, to pay you for something, even if it's a deposit on something that's not quite prototyped yet. Get them to put some money down and you're going to get much, much more accurate information. The last one, and this is the most important thing for me, is that when I thought about sales, when I thought about marketing, I'm going high level now. I thought about digital marketing. I thought about getting sales. I thought about revenue generation. But I failed to realize, and I kind of looking back, we did this pretty well, and we're incredibly blessed that we saw it and we did it. We realized that life is sales. Okay, the sales interaction and the marketing interaction definitely happens between the customer and the business when it comes to exchanging money. And that's what all the sales and marketing literature and schoolwork and everything is on. But there's a whole other side of sales that exists that nobody studies and nobody tries to master. And that is sales for trying to convince people to your way of thinking. I'm talking about your employees, your partners, your investors, and your vendors. Okay, these are people that need to be on board with your mission, and we put very little energy towards selling them to our way of thinking. All right, in a world where the economy is humming right along, and this is pre-COVID, employees have a lot of options. An employee is dedicating their precious, precious time and their precious, precious career trajectory to coming to join a startup or to join a company. And we realized that early on, and we put the sale on them. We really worked hard to be charismatic, to talk about our vision, to sell them on what we were trying to accomplish as a company. So when it came to my business partner, we were selling each other on the benefits of putting energy into this. Then we had to sell our early employees. Our early employees were joining something that they had no idea if it would work or not. So we took a very sales-oriented approach towards getting them to our way of thinking, getting them on board, explaining our mission, getting them excited about what we were working on and what we were building. And if we would not have spent energy on that kind of sales, on that kind of marketing, and on that kind of mindset, we would not have had early employees that had the buy-in to help us grow and scale the business. So that was absolutely critical. And even vendors. Okay, we were operating in an environment where it was really hard for us to lease warehouses. It was really hard for us to find a box manufacturer that wasn't just totally packed with work. When we were trying to secure leases and when we were trying to purchase and buy in our business, which was such a big part of it, we had to sell ourselves. We had to sell our credibility. We had to sell our mission. We had to sell what we were trying to do. We had to get that person on the phone to like us so they wanted to give us business. And I know it sounds ridiculous. I mean, I got the money. I'm trying to buy something. Why do I need to have a sales attitude? But it is so important to have a sales attitude in all aspects of life. Okay, with your friends, when it comes to what restaurant you're going to go out to eat at, it's a sales environment. Your goal in sales is to get someone else towards your way of thinking. And people only do things for one reason. You can boil it down. People, anything you're doing, anything anybody is doing, they're doing it for one reason, and that is because they want to do it. Because the benefits of doing it outweigh the what you lose by not doing it. So you have to understand that employees only do things because they want to. So if you can convince them to get on board with your mission, if you can make them really believe in what you're doing, you are way more likely to succeed. So if employees can buy in, if investors can buy in, if they like you, if you have charisma, if they've bought into what you're trying to accomplish as an entrepreneur, you're much more likely to succeed. So to recap here, we started out by doing things that did not scale. We went to saw our customers and we put our money where our mouth was, and we asked our customers to put their money where their mouth was. So if they filled out a survey saying they wanted something, we did not trust that data. If they bought it and they spent their money, that's when we knew they were for real. And the last lesson is that life is sales. All aspects of life is sales, networking to employees to vendors. So practice your sales and get good at being compelling, get good at having a conversation, and you'll be much better off because of it.